Abigail Shrier's essay Bad Therapy, Why the Kids Aren't Growing Up offers a deep dive into a growing societal trend, the delayed maturation of young people and the role that therapy and parenting play in this phenomenon. Shrier begins by addressing how the concept of therapy, once viewed as a tool for growth and resilience, has transformed in modern times. Therapy has shifted from helping individuals confront life's difficulties to a framework that often reinforces fragility, encouraging avoidance rather than adaptation. This, Shrier argues, has profound implications for young people navigating the transition to adulthood. In earlier eras, therapy focused on resilience, teaching individuals to face their fears, accept discomfort, and embrace the inevitability of challenges. However, in recent years, the therapeutic landscape has embraced a more accommodating approach, prioritizing the avoidance of distress. Shrier points out that concepts such as trigger warnings and safe spaces, while well-intentioned, can inadvertently foster dependency and fear rather than empowering individuals to confront adversity. By shielding young people from discomfort, therapy has, in many cases, delayed the psychological and emotional development necessary for adulthood. A significant portion of Shrier's argument examines how parents have adopted similar protective tendencies, often out of love and concern for their children's well-being. Helicopter parenting, characterized by constant monitoring and intervention, has created an environment where children are rarely allowed to fail or struggle. Shrier describes this as a cultural shift toward prioritizing safety and emotional comfort above all else, a phenomenon she links to broader societal trends of risk aversion and hyperawareness of mental health challenges. While these priorities aim to shield children from harm, they often deprive them of opportunities to develop resilience and independence. The essay delves into how schools and educational institutions contribute to this dynamic. Policies aimed at reducing stress and anxiety, such as eliminating competitive grading or softening disciplinary measures, may inadvertently undermine students' ability to handle pressure and accountability. Shrier highlights how these practices, while designed to protect mental health, often leave students unprepared for the demands of adulthood, where failure and competition are inevitable aspects of life. One of Shrier's most striking observations is the growing reliance on therapy not as a tool for self-improvement but as a justification for stagnation. She describes how therapy can sometimes reinforce narratives of victimhood, focusing on external causes of distress rather than fostering personal agency. This therapeutic approach, combined with cultural trends that valorize vulnerability, creates a feedback loop where individuals feel validated in their struggles but lack the tools to overcome them. Shrier also critiques the role of social media and technology in this phenomenon. Constant exposure to curated images of success and happiness creates unrealistic expectations, exacerbating feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. Young people, already shielded from challenges in their offline lives, turn to social media for validation, further entrenching a cycle of dependency and fragility. The constant comparison with peers and influencers erodes confidence, making the transition to independence even more daunting. Another critical element Shrier explores is the intersection of mental health diagnoses and identity. She argues that the increasing normalization of mental health struggles, while reducing stigma, has also led to a culture where diagnoses become central to self-identity. Young people may cling to these labels as explanations for their struggles, inadvertently limiting their potential for growth. Therapy, in this context, often reinforces these identities rather than encouraging individuals to move beyond them. Shrier contrasts this contemporary approach with the challenges faced by previous generations. While older generations were not immune to hardship or mental health struggles, they were often forced to develop coping mechanisms out of necessity. Today's young people, by contrast, are frequently spared from these challenges, leaving them ill-equipped to handle life's inevitable difficulties. This dynamic, Shrier argues, contributes to a widespread phenomenon of delayed adulthood, where young people remain dependent on their parents and institutions well into their 20s and beyond. The essay also touches on the societal implications of this trend. A generation that struggles to assume adult responsibilities creates challenges for the workforce, relationships, and civic engagement. Shrier warns that a culture overly focused on safety and emotional comfort risks stifling innovation, creativity, and the ability to address complex global challenges. Resilience, she argues, is not just a personal virtue but a societal necessity. Shrier does not dismiss the importance of mental health care or the genuine struggles faced by many young people. Instead, she calls for a recalibration of therapy and parenting, advocating for approaches that empower individuals to face life's challenges rather than shielding them from discomfort. Therapy, in her view, should return to its roots as a tool for resilience, teaching individuals to embrace discomfort and uncertainty as essential aspects of growth. The essay also critiques the broader cultural messaging surrounding childhood and adolescence. Popular media, education policies, and even public health campaigns often emphasize vulnerability and risk, unintentionally reinforcing the idea that young people are incapable of handling challenges on their own. Shrier argues that this narrative undermines their confidence and sense of agency, perpetuating a cycle of dependence. As the essay progresses, Shrier offers a vision for reversing these trends. She emphasizes the importance of teaching young people to tolerate discomfort, take responsibility for their actions, and embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Parents, educators, and therapists, she argues, must resist the urge to overprotect and instead focus on fostering independence and resilience. In conclusion, Shrier's Bad Therapy, Why the Kids Aren't Growing Up is a call to rethink how we approach parenting, education, and mental health care. It challenges us to question whether our well-intentioned efforts to protect and support young people might be doing more harm than good. By embracing discomfort, fostering resilience, and encouraging independence, we can help the next generation grow into confident, capable adults ready to face the complexities of the modern world.